Very good morning, one and all. Good morning. Yes. Hey, good morning, சொல்றதுக்கு எவ்வளவு நேரம்? Good morning, all, once again. Now, in today's class, we are going to revise chapter 1 history. Okay, very important chapter. Nationalism, the rise of nationalism in Europe. Okay, so you all know the lesson starts with a picture. Picture இருக்கா ஸ்டார்டிங்ல? இந்த பிக்சர்ல என்ன இருக்குன்றத முதல்ல பாருங்க. Okay, just look at the print. Who had created the print? Frederick Sorio. Okay, he had created 4 prints. One is given here. Okay, so what you could see in the picture, Statue of Liberty. Okay, akka style நின்னுட்டு இருக்காங்க. Statue of Liberty. Yes. And Jesus Christ along with, okay, angels, saints, all these. Okay, they gaze upon the scene. Okay, they gaze upon the scene. Okay, now what has been written over there? Fraternity. So fraternity is all about brotherhood. Nice. So name the countries where these people are from. Europe and America. Okay, when you look into in detail, you will understand the dream of worldwide democratic and social republics. Okay, that was his dream. Democratic and social republics. That was a 1 mark actually. The pact between nations, a print prepared by Frederick Sorio in 1848. Okay, so he was a French artist, prepared a series of 4 prints visualizing a dream. Okay, it was a visualization. Okay, அவ்வளவுதான் visualize பண்றாரு. கண்டிப்பா இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு விஷயம் நடக்குமானா it will never happen. So when something will never exist in reality, that is called utopian. Good, that was a question actually. புரியுதா? So if something doesn't exist in reality, that's a utopian vision. Okay, yes. Now the first print of the series shows people of Europe and America. So in the print, which country people you have seen? Europe and America, men and women of all ages and social classes marching in a long train and offering என்ன கொடுக்குறாங்க? ஓகே, அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு 10 ரூபா 10 20 கொடுக்கல. They are giving homage, that is respect. Okay, so they are giving homage to the Statue of Liberty. Yes. Now, as you could recall, artists of that time of the French Revolution personified liberty as a female figure. Underline, personified, liberty as a female figure. Generally they compare personification தெரியும் இல்லையா? ஒரு உயிர் இல்லாத பொருளை உயிர் இருக்கிற பொருளோட கம்பேர் பண்றோம். Okay, when you compare, that is called personification. Okay, yes. So what she actually bears, கையில் என்ன வச்சிருக்காங்க? Torch of enlightenment and the, okay, as she bears in one hand, Charter of Rights. Okay, what you could find in the foreground? Shattered remains of the symbols of absolutist symbols. Okay, absolutist symbols na enna irukum? Crown. Okay, then sword, breastplate with eagle and so many other stuff. Okay, yes, symbols of absolutist institution. Tell me, Gauri, what is absolutist? Okay, like there is no restraints, தடையே கிடையாது. Okay, no restraints on the power exercised. Okay, ஒரு monarchy இருக்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னா they can rule the people in whichever way they wanted. அவங்களுக்கு தோன்ற மாதிரி ஜனங்களை என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க? ரூல் பண்ணுவாங்க. There is no restriction, there is no restraints, constraints, ஒண்ணுமே இருக்காது. Okay, that is called absolutist. Now, in Sorio's utopian vision, the people of the world are grouped as distinct nations identified through their flags and national. How you will identify the people? Because அவங்க அவங்களுடைய நேஷனோட flag and அந்த நேஷனல் காஸ்டியூம்ல இருக்காங்க. Understood these two things? நீ ஈஸியா புரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். You can identify the people with their flag and national costume. Yes. And I hope Karthik has got wonderful opportunity to hide his yawning. அதனால கையை இப்படி வச்சிருக்கான். Nice, Karthik. Now, leading the procession way past okay, the Statue of Liberty or the United States and Switzerland, okay, which by this time were already nation states. Okay, so nation state nationalism oda basic behind anna will have to create a nation with its own states. They don't want monarchy, they don't want any kind of ruler. That was the point. Now, identifiable by the revolutionary tricolor. Now tell me, what is the flag of German? Black, red, gold. Okay. Now, the flag they carry is an expression of liberal hopes. Okay, liberal hopes. அவங்களோட நம்பிக்கை எப்படி இருந்தாலும் நமக்கு ஃப்ரீடம் கிடைக்கும், லிபர்ட்டி இருக்கும் அப்படின்ட்டு தான். எஸ். Now following the German people are the யார் யாரெல்லாம் இருக்காங்க? ஓகே, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிரிண்ட்ல இருக்கிறவங்க தான் யூரோப் அண்ட் அமெரிக்கா. பட் அவரோட விசுவலைசேஷன் வாஸ் இன் 4 டிஃப்ரெண்ட் பிரிண்ட்ஸ். அப்போ ஒவ்வொரு கண்ட்ரியும் நீ பாரு. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஜெர்மனி, அதுக்கப்புறம் okay, just be clear. From the heavens above, they gaze upon the scene. Okay, they have been used by the artist to symbolize fraternity. Okay, fraternity among the nations of the world. Especially in the chapter la enna padipa romba important அப்படினு பார்த்தா, the chapter will deal with many of the issues visualized by Soryu. Okay, the 19th century nationalism emerged as force which brought about sweeping changes in the political and mental world of Europe. It was generally started with Europe. Listen, France is an European country. Do you all know that? Okay, so whenever something happens in France, it's immediately spread to other rest of the Europe. Okay, rest of the Europe or other countries. So which was marked by yaar idu pathi Duke Metternich enna sonnaru? Okay, rest of the Europe catches hold. Manusha adha mattum dhaan sonnara. What else he had told? Most dangerous enemy of our social order. He had described pessimism. What he was? Duke Metternich, Austrian Chancellor, who had hosted Treaty of Vienna in which year? 18. Greek War of Independence 1821, which began in 1821 but finally 1832. What is that? Treaty of which recognized Greece as an independent nation. What's going on there? I really don't care about anything. I hope you all could understand. So here in this paragraph, you know that the end result of these changes was the emergence of nation state. So எல்லாருக்குமே ஒரு nation state வேணும், அதனால தான் they have done nationalism. Got it? So what is nation state? In place of multinational dynastic empires of Europe, the concept and practice of a modern state. What actually modern state? It's a centralized power exercised sovereign control over a clearly defined territory. Territory na இந்த ஒரு இடத்துல அந்த கிங்கோ இல்ல வாட் எவர் த ரூலர் எந்த அளவுக்கு சாவரன் கண்ட்ரோல்ல ரூல் பண்றாங்க. That is called modern state. Okay, but nation state is something different. India is a nation state. Okay, what we live is a nation state. அப்ப nation state na எப்படி இருக்கும்? Yeah, majority of its citizens எப்படி இருப்பாங்க? Not only its rulers came to develop a sense of common identity and shared history. Common identity, நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே காமனான ஒரு ஐடென்டிட்டி இருக்கும், ஷேர்ட் ஹிஸ்டரி இருக்கும். புரியுதா? ஷேரிங், காமன், இந்த மாதிரி வந்துச்சுன்னா இட் இஸ் நேஷன் ஸ்டேட். மாடர்ன் ஸ்டேட்னா நேஷன் ஸ்டேட் விட கொஞ்சம் டிஃப்ரெண்டா இருக்கு அப்படின்னு ஞாபகம் வச்சு. ஓகே, மாடர்ன் ஸ்டேட் இஸ் சம்திங் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் வேர் வாட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ்? சென்ட்ரலைஸ்டு பவர் எக்ஸைஸ் சாவரன் கண்ட்ரோல். Yeah, then it was forged through struggles, through the actions of leaders, okay, and the common people. This chapter will look at the diverse processes through which nations and the nation states and the nationalism came into being in the 19th century Europe. Now, what do you mean by plebiscite? Direct vote. Okay, it's a voting methodology where you can accept or okay. What is plebiscite, Karthik? Pardon me? We're talking about proposal. It's a voting methodology, first of all. Okay, not what you think. A direct vote by which all the people of a region can accept or reject a proposal. Hey, what is a nation? Ernst Renan. Okay, it was said by Ernst Renan. Tell me actually what it is. A nation is the culmination of a long past endeavor, sacrifice, and devotion. Okay, be clear. Who he was? Ernst Renan, French philosopher. Okay, sit down. Source, all the sources, all the boxes. You should be very careful. Okay, after going home, you should read it line by line. And if you have got any doubts, you can ask me tomorrow. Got it? Very important. அதுல இருந்து கண்டிப்பா நமக்கு 1 மார்க்ஸ் இல்ல கேஸ் பேஸ்ட் ஏதோ ஒன்று வந்துட்டே இருக்கும். Then coming to the next part, that is the French Revolution and the idea of nation. Where we have got the idea of nation? With the reference to French Revolution. When? அப்பதான் நமக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளியர் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் வந்துச்சு. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்ம பிரெஞ்சு ரெவல்யூஷனை பார்த்து தான் நேஷனலிசம்னா என்னன்னு கற்றுக்கிட்டோம். அண்டர்ஸ்டுட்? when it was 1789. Yes. Tarak, you tell me what you could see in these two. The protest of the fight of the சண்டை போடுறது of the என்னடா கதை விட்டுட்டு இருக்கீங்க? ஸ்ரீசா எப்படிதான் வேகமா படிக்கணும் இப்போ? படி தெரியல. வெரி குட். Before when we look at the figure, we can clearly understand that people are standing in front of the fortress and they are fighting against it. Sit down, idiot. Ma, listen. It is a German almanac prepared by Andreas Whitman. Okay, so he was a journalist. What he was telling to the people is actually comparing two different fortresses. This one is Bastille and the another one is Castle. You all know what happened in Bastille. Okay. Bastille and which one is Bastille and which one is Castle? And this one is Castle. Okay. Yes. We will check it on. Don't worry. Now tell me what is the point in this Bastille and Castle? It stood for the despotic rule. Despotic rule, cruel rule. அங்க என்ன பண்ணாங்க? When Louis XVI was not good enough, ஜனங்க எல்லாரும் என்ன பண்ணாங்க? People have fought against it. They have got their freedom. They have got their rights. Okay. அது போல in the same manner, people from Germanல இருக்கிற கேசல்லையுமே you all should fight for your rights. People must seize their own freedom. So he is comparing. ஏன்னா French Revolution நடந்தது 1789. ஆனா இவர் எப்ப சொல்லியிருக்காரு பாரு? 1798. almost 10 years. 10 years அப்புறமா அவங்கள பாரு. Look at Bastille, French people. How did they fight against the Bastille? அது போல go seize your freedom. Okay, it was a comparison between Bastille and Castle. He was a member of German Jacobin Club. He lived in yes. Okay. So you all know the other stuff. Tell me how French revolutionaries have created collective sense of identity. Tell me. La patrie, for the land, liquidation, the citizen. Good. Then what is the other point, Pratipa? Yeah, the first one, La patrie, fatherland, liquidation. Okay, then the new French flag. Okay, the tricolor was chosen to replace FOMA அப்படினா முன்னாடி இருந்த. Okay, so previously what they have maintained அதை replace பண்ணிட்டாங்க. Sit down. And what is the third point? Estate general was elected by the body of active citizens, and then aims were Okay, hymns were composed, oaths taken, martyrs commemorated. Martyrs, na, those who died in the revolution or war, something like that. Huh? Then centralized administrative system was put in place and it formulated uniform laws for all the citizens within the country. Internal duties and dues were abolished. Okay, uniform weights and measures. Regional dialects were discouraged. What became the common language? As it was spoken and written in. Yes. Sit down. Hey, who had set up Jacobin clubs? Yeah, students and educated middle class. Students and yeah. Then finally, you see here, underline these points. Anything could be a question. Okay. So French armies which moved into Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, and much of Italy in the 1790s. With the outbreak of the Revolutionary Wars, the French armies began to carry the idea of nationalism. French armies தான் இந்த நேஷனலிசம்ன்ற ஐடியாவை மற்ற நாடுகளுக்கு எடுத்துட்டு போனாங்க. ஓகே, அப்போ அந்த நேஷனலிசம்ன்ற ஒரு ஐடியா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளியர் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் வி ஹவ் காட் இட் ஃப்ரம். அதுக்கு முன்னாடி தெரியாது. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி we didn't know how to fight for the country. ஓகே, அதுக்கு முன்னாடியும் there were revolutions, there were protests, but it was said to be the successful, first protest in the world. Look at this, what you can see here. Europe after the Congress of Vienna. It's about European map only. Okay, Europe after Congress of Vienna. Can anyone say when Napoleon invades Italy? When Napoleon? Not in 80s. 1804 he had become 1797. Very good, Rishi. How elegantly he had seen the book and he had told the correct answer. Nice. 1797 he invades. Invades na enna? Capture, conquer எல்லாம் ஒன்று தான். ஆனால் இன்வேட் அப்படின்னா வித்தவுட் எனி பர்மிஷன் ஊடுருவி போகிறது. ஓகே, without any prior intimation. Okay, that is called invasion or invade. Okay, Sarika is looking at me like என்னையா சொல்ற? Invade 1797. It is given in the box. In the box content it is given. Okay, so you will have to read all those. Questions will come from that also. So you should not leave anything. Yeah, Napoleon invades Italy 1797. Okay, but in France he had become the emperor of France in 1804. Finally was defeated in 1815 Waterloo. Okay, அவனோட டெஃபீட்டை வச்சு தான் உடனே இவங்க ட்ரீட்டி ஆஃப் வியன்னா போடுறாங்க. அதனோட அப்ஜெக்டிவ் என்ன? Undoing the changes brought by the Napoleonic Wars. Napoleonic Warல என்னென்ன சேஞ்சஸ் வந்துச்சோ, because he had made lot of administrative changes. You all know that. Okay, நிறைய administrationல change வந்துச்சா? Why the initial enthusiasm turned into hostility? Because the administrative changes did not go hand in hand with political changes. Okay, what are the political changes? There are three: increased taxation, censorship, and okay, tell me what are the political changes? Censorship. என்னடா கதை விட்டுட்டு இருக்க? Just because I am recording, I won't speak anything. You have thought like that. So increased taxation, censorship, and forced conscription. Okay, these three things, because these are all political changes. Administration nariya changes he had made. Okay, it was really a wonderful change, but still people didn't like him. Okay, finally he had, he was defeated in 1815. Yes, sit down. Napoleon had destroyed democracy in France. Do you all agree with that? Yes, because it's given in the textbook. Fine. Tell me, what are the administrative field, he had incorporated revolutionary principles in order to make the whole system more rational and efficient. He had really worked out well. ரொம்ப அழகா ஒர்க் பண்றாரு நெப்போலியன். என்னென்ன சேஞ்சஸ் கொண்டு வராரு பாரு. Did away with all privileges based on birth. அப்புறம் established equality before the law and secured right to. Hey, you know one thing. Right now we have got right. We have the right to get whatever the property we wanted, provided we need to have money. பணம் இருந்தா எங்கேனா வாங்கலாம். இன்க்ளூடிங் இதுக்கு முன்னாடி வேணா ஆர்டிகல் 370 இருந்துச்சு ஜம்மு அண்ட் காஷ்மீருக்கு. அப்போ யாரும் we are not access to get any property. பட் இப்போ it had become 2 different union territories. காசு இருந்தா வாங்கலாம். ஓகே. ஆனா அந்த காலத்துல during Napoleonic time, even if the people have got money also, they have got no rights to get any property. Only the first and second estate people have got all the wealth. புரியுதா? So அப்போ he had made it, he had made it accessible for the third estate people. If you want, you can get the property. அந்த மாதிரி அதை ஈக்குவலைஸ் பண்ணி விட்டார். And by birth, nobody should be given preferences. எதுக்குமே. Okay, just because first estate people, they were born in clergy na priest, they will be preaching in the church. So அவங்களுக்கு they were given much more importance, because Britain தானே எல்லாமே யூரோப் தானே, all the European countries, most of the countries, all the countries in fact are Christian countries. So அந்த privilegesலாம் இருக்கக்கூடாதுன்ட்டு he had done a lot of equality எல்லாம் பண்ணாரு. But the political changes didn't go hand in hand. Okay. Yes, this code was exported regions under the French control. This is a 1 mark. Yeah, எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் போயிருக்கு? Dutch Republic, Switzerland, Italy. Okay. Okay. Now Napoleon simplified administrative divisions. அப்புறம் abolished feudal system. Look at the spelling. Feudal. FEUDAL. Feudal system na zamindari system. சுத்தமா பிடிக்காது. Okay. He wanted all should be equal. Okay. Now what about this? Freed peasants from serfdom and manorial dues. And in the towns too என்ன பண்ணிருக்காரு? Guild restriction on the trade. ட்ரேட் பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு. ஏன்னா தேர்ட் எஸ்டேட் பீப்புள் ஷுட் நாட் டூ ட்ரேட். கில்டு ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ஷன்ஸ். அப்போ இவர் வந்து அது என்ன, இஃப் யூ வாண்ட் டு டூ ட்ரேட், டூ ட்ரேட், டூ பிஸ்னஸ், டூ வாட் எவர் யூ வாண்ட். ஸோ கில்டு ரெஸ்ட்ரிக்ஷன்ஸ் வேர் ரிமூவ்ட். ஸோ இது எல்லாமே நல்லதானே. ஓகே. டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் அண்ட் கம்யூனிகேஷன் சிஸ்டம் இம்ப்ரூவ்ட். பெசன்ஸ் அண்ட் நாட் எல்லாருமே ஆல் வேர் என்ஜாயிங். ஓகே, ஆல் வேர் என்ஜாயிங் த நியூ ஃபவுண்ட் ஃப்ரீடம். Okay, but business and small scale producers of goods in particular began to realize that uniform laws, underline this also, you will have to add uniform laws, and then standardized weights and measures and a common national currency. Prior to this there were no common currency at all. ஒரு இடத்துக்கு ஒரு மாதிரி கரன்சி, ஒரு இடத்துக்கு ஒரு மெஷர்மெண்ட் அண்ட் மெஷர்மெண்ட்ஸ் இருந்துச்சு. தட் we will see. அது எல்லாமே அபாலிஷ் பண்ணது இவர் தான். எஸ், 11 கஸ்டம் பேரியர். ஹாம்பர்க் டு நியூரம்பர்க் போகிறதுக்குள்ள 11 கஸ்டம் பேரியர்ஸ். ஒவ்வொரு இடத்துலையும் ஒவ்வொரு மாதிரியான மெஷர்மெண்ட்ஸ். ஓகே, நோ யூனிஃபார்மிட்டி. 5% you will have to pay the tax. அந்த ப்ராப்ளம் எல்லாம் இருந்துச்சு. பட் somehow he had sorted out all the issues. Yeah. However, the areas he conquered, reactions of the local populations to French were mixed. புரியுதா? Initially, how the French armies were welcomed? Harbingers of the liberty. Harbingers of the liberty. அப்படின்னா ஹார்பிஞ்சர்ஸ்னா ஏதோ நல்ல விஷயம் சொல்ல வராங்கல்ல, தூதுவர், மெசஞ்சர். People have thought them like that, harbingers of liberty. But initial enthusiasm soon turned into, ஏன் அது கொஞ்சம் எனிமிட்டியா மாறுச்சுன்னா, administrative arrangements did not go with political freedom. Understood everybody? Yeah. Increased. What are the problems? Increased censorship into the French armies required to conquer the rest of Europe. All seem to outweigh the advantages of the administrative changes. Look at the picture. So picture based questions are very important. You should not skip anything. Are you all clear? Are you all listening? Karthik, you're not sleeping, right? Yeah. So how Napoleon is represented here? As a postman. Okay, now the courier of Rhineland loses all that he has on his way home from Leipzig. வீட்டுக்கு போயிட்டு இருக்காரு லீப்சிக்ல. லீப்சிக்ல என்ன நடந்துச்சு? It was a battle. Okay, 1813. He was actually defeated. He was defeated in, he had lost the battle. He was returning home. But in a problem with Napoleon அப்படின்னா forced conscription பார்க்குறல்ல, forcibly joining people into army, because he had become the conqueror, he had become the emperor of France, but he was not all right, he was not happy with that. He wanted to conquer the rest of the Europe. அதனால he kept taking wars with other countries. இதுதான் அவரோட மிகப்பெரிய பிரச்சனை. ஓகே, எல்லாரையுமே ஆர்மியில போட வேண்டியது, ஹியூஜ் எக்ஸ்பெண்டிச்சர். அதனால ஓகே, ஸோ நிறைய சண்டை போடும்பொழுது he had lost many countries, he had become very dull. புரியுதா? Yes. Each letter dropping out of his bag bears the names of the territories he lost. Understood? They have asked in 1 mark. What is this, Pika? இங்க என்ன நடக்குது? The planting of tree of Zweibrücken. Okay. Hey, who had German painter? Karl Caspar Fritz. Okay. What is sarcastically written in the board? Boardல என்ன எழுதியிருக்கு? Take equality and freedom from us. Take freedom and equality from us. The model of humanity. Superb. What happened in the left? Left. Peasant's cart has been seized. Peasant oda cart and the vandi எல்லாம் புடிச்சு seize பண்ணிக்கறாங்கல, seized or confiscated. Okay. In the harassing தான். Okay, in the center foreground harassment is happening, and okay, in the fourth peasant down to his knees, all these. Okay, now the making of nationalism in Europe. So if time permits, just look at these things and memorize, very important. Okay, because for this examination also they have asked. Okay, so Napoleon invades Italy, Napoleonic War begins. When it had begun? 17, yes. Fall of Napoleon, you know that. 1815, Waterloo. Similarly, Treaty of Vienna. அவர் தோக்குறதால தான் அவங்க Treaty of Vienna வச்சு conservatives நினைக்கிறாங்க திரும்ப நம்மளோட ட்ரெடிஷனை கொண்டு வந்துடணும்னு நினைக்கிறாங்க. Okay, that is the process. So we'll see the remaining in the next class. Thank you all.